Okay, this is part two of the fixing the door, the rusted door. So, all I did is cut out the rust, that's it. I mean, if you haven't done this before, don't be scared, just cut the rust out. So then I got this other... So, let me start over. This is the door I'm repairing, so I cut the rust out. This piece I have to fit into here. That's the only hard part, is fitting it. Sorry, fitting it into there. And here's all that's left of what used to be there. The rest of it was rotten. And then I've been watching some videos on how to switch this this power, the window motor, and you can't see it from here, but if you watch that video from yesterday, I mean, I've switched a lot of windows in my window motors in my life, but this one is just it's a bitch. So what this one guy is suggesting is you just drill holes where the bolts are, and I'm starting to agree with that. It looks like, you know, the more I look at this, here's the end of the motor. The more I look at this, it looks like this motor's been replaced before, and they just, I'm guessing, they cut this piece out here, and they just, and maybe this piece out over here. In fact, if I look at this door here, we compare doors. This piece is in that door, and this piece is in that door, and this bolt is not in that door. So I think they, like I said, I think they cut this, they bent this up, but I don't see any creases. I mean, I don't know how else what else they would have done, because there's only, I can't get a good shot of this. And by the way, this piece is just sitting here. This is going to be my patch. I just got to clean it up. It's good solid metal. It's surface rust. There's one video where the guy just drilled 3 holes. I'm going to verify that's it, but it was I think it was an 81. But that makes sense, because then you can always get at the bolts to get this motor out of here. I mean, there's only 3/4 of an inch gap to get you can't get a socket in there. You could get a wrench, but it'd be almost, I mean, it's possible. And then there's other videos where they take out the whole mechanism, which I don't want to do. I mean, there's holes in the door anyway, so for access. They should have put 3. They should have put a 3 holes or whatever is needed. I'm not sure yet. But I bet you when they put all this window together, they put it together before they bolted this panel on, before they welded this panel on. Except there's 4 rivets here, rivet there, so I don't know. Be nice if somebody had some factory videos of how they were putting all this stuff together. Anyway, I haven't took the window out because I can't get at the bolts, because you got to lower the window to reach the bolts. So that means I got to get the motor working first. And maybe this motor is good. I'm going to try to figure out a way to test it. It'd be nice if it was out. I can't even, without my glasses on, I can't even see how many leads are on there, but my guess is there's probably 2. Forward, reverse, and it grounds to the door through the hinges. Oh, and the other problem is with this door is, back out again. You see that stud on the top? That's the hinge bolt. That one broke off. And one of these is stripped. So I guess I'm going to have to tap a bigger bolt there and try to get that one out. If not, you know, these things slide around. But if you look inside, which I can't show you a view of that either, I don't think. Let me see. There's like these enclosures that hold those in. And now it'd have to be, I'd have to break the walls loose. Which I would like to do, but I don't know how to get down to that one. Anyway, so I'm gonna fit this corner here today. And then I don't want to put the skin back on. The piece I cut out, which, by the way, here's my replacement from this other door, and I got this door because it was black, and there is a dent in it. If you can, if it'll focus. It's not focusing. Right about where I'm in the center of that viewfinder is where the dent is. I think I can, maybe you can see it there. I think I can pound it out. Here's the back. Oh yeah, I made a tool. Let me show you the tool, if I can find it. I took a screwdriver, heated up with a propane torch, and bent it. So if you're here, what you do, what I do, is you sand it right along this edge. You can see the low spots. That's the rivets. Do a starter hole, then use one of those rivet cutters, and then just get it started and just pry. Just keep prying around like that, because it was a real bitch. It's a real bitch to get that up. I mean, you can work it this way, but the best way is just, if you can get one corner up, just start bending. So if we come over and look at this one that I got out, you can see that I worked it. I'll lay it on something flat and straighten it up a little bit, even though I don't really think I need to, because I'm going to bend it back down anyway. The less bent, the better. and I just cut this big. Again, I'll take another video when I scribe that in. And that's it. And here's the tag that was on the car. It's kind of a, you can't read it. Oh, and if you watch my earlier videos, I don't know which one it was, I was working on this cowl, and it's done now. I mean, I had like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 patches. So that turned out really good. And the same on this side, just had about 4 patches. And this turned out really good. The hardest part was in here, because I had a patch in here. I mean, you can only do so much with the metal. So I used regular Bondo, and then like I don't know, I forget what they call it, a glazed Bondo. It sands real easy. Same here. I don't know, in an earlier video I was complaining about this area. This is the quarter panel actually sits into this rail. So I fixed that with some Bondo. I fixed this. This bigger stuff I'll get to later on when I finish the car. A video 1 or 2 ago, I was putting this piece in right here. If you go back, this piece right here, I bonded here just to make, just so you, it just looks almost factory. And there were some rust holes here. Fill those in. And as I said before, I'm just working my way around the car. There was a dent here. I didn't have anything to pull it out, so I just filled it. Again, it's not perfect, but I'm not looking for perfection yet. And there's that patch. And I realigned this door. I think I talked about that. I finally figured out how to do it. Again, here's another window that's stuck up. If you want to switch the motor, I mean, you can switch the motor, but you can't get the glass out. And these doors are really awkward with the glass in. And these pieces, these side moldings, are held in with little Phillips screws. I'm not sure you can see it. It's not focusing. But mine are all rusted, so I just cut this off real careful with a cutting wheel, and then, no, I pried the rubber out. That's what I did. I pried the rubber out, and then I just ground the screws off. And another thing I haven't talked about, if you put one of these doors on, I don't know if you can see in there, there's a rubber, I don't know what you call it, a big grommet or whatever. You just, there's a couple tabs that they just, you just pry them loose to get the door off, unhook your power motor. And the other thing I was wondering about, since I'm out here, I don't think these cars came with power locks. I'm not sure. I don't think they did. So that's what I'm going to work on today. But the more you do this metal work, the less you get scared of it. There's some guy on YouTube, Gibson, something he's working on. Oh, I think it's an old GMC truck. That guy has given me a lot of inspiration for doing this kind of stuff. And he is a ex-construction guy like me, by the way. Works his ass off. If he can do it, I can do it. You can do it. It's like paper. You just keep cutting smaller and smaller pieces. I do this live, but it's going to take a while. But what you do is just make sure the piece you cut off your donor is big enough, bigger. It's bigger. That's it. Oh, I know every video I say that's it. Also another video, I was talking about the radiator. Might as well throw that in here. I was looking for the part number. And it's right here. And it says 76. So what I am finding out, and this is my first car that I've rebuilt, especially this one because it was in pieces. Excuse me. It was in pieces. It's easy to take something apart where you can see where every piece came from. But when you don't know, it's nice to get even if it's a piece of junk like this one here. It's got certain clues on it that help, like this bracket's on here. Those little tangs, I think those are for the horns. There's just little pieces all over, because if you go buy a replacement like this one, it's completely bare. So if you don't have all the parts, you don't have a clue what goes where, unless you buy a manual, or a parts manual. But even those aren't very clear. And the ideal situation would be just buy a junk car that doesn't matter if it runs, it doesn't matter if it's dented, none of that matters. It doesn't matter if it's rusted. What matters is that the parts are there. So you can see, as a reference, what goes where. Like this right here, the engine compartment, all it had was an engine, heads that were laying on there, which turned out to be the wrong heads. All the pulleys are gone. The carburetor was off. The linkage was unhooked. So I got to somehow figure out how to put all that back together. And even these fenders, these fenders, like this piece right here, I'm gonna kick it with my foot. It was missing off that side. So when I was looking at these junk cars, I found that piece. And again, that's it. Oh, then make sure if you take your door off it, these are loose. Like one of mine was frozen. So just spray a bunch of WD-40 in there. In fact, I suggest go around your car and just spray everything you think you might be going to take off with WD-40 every so often. And the reason I'm working on this door now is because I need to fit it before I do the final welding of this quarter panel right in this area. I welded everything else, but I just got to make sure what's going on so I don't have to unweld it. That's it. Okay, I got the corner welded on, and now I just have to fit this piece. Let's see. I'm not sure how it goes right now, but I gotta fit it. Let's see, it should go like, let's go like this. Something like that. Anyway, gotta play around with it, figure it out. That's it. Okay, I got the door splice on. Everything matches. This piece is a little short, but the panel is gonna go over that. It's pretty, let me see, pretty straight. You gotta bend it around a little bit when I put the panel on. That's it. I'll just spray it black. This is the bottom of the door. You know what I noticed? There's 4 weep holes in this one that I took off of this door. I'm not sure what year this car is, but the 76 only had 2 weep holes. So I'd say this door probably rotted because the weep holes probably got plugged up. That's a guess. Or it was sitting and the water just sat in there. But still, if it was sitting, the water goes to the low spot, or eventually it overfills. So that's it. Yeah, it worked out real good. Here's the seam right here. Right there. That's it. Well, I'll spray it black. What the heck? This is a rust reformer, and that gold is a weldable primer. Little rust spot I took off. Little rust I took off here. I guess the next thing I'll work on is, like I said, I got one strip bolt here and one that I need to try to get out. I have to think about that, how to do that. Oh, there's another rust spot. I sanded off. That's it.